I bought too many plants. Listen, it's just facts. I fell in love with plants and then bought one like every 2 days I was buying a new plant, which and I do feel like I've learned a lot having a lot of plants. And like, you know, obviously at the beginning there's gonna be some trial and error where you're just like, that was an error and that's my bad. I killed many a succulent. I didn't know how to keep a succulent alive, and it turns out they need to be directly by a sunny window at all times. So that was sad, and I lost a lot of loved ones. I'm sorry. But then there's the ones that lasted for a long time and are now starting to show signs that I've fucked up. It's taking a lot of Google and even plant message boards, it's gotten bad, to try and figure out what I'm doing wrong. You know what's insane is that the plant that I was the most concerned about, my fiddle leaf, is crushing it. Like when I looked up buying a fiddle leaf, it was scary. I was like, I don't know if I can handle this, because apparently they just are a temperamental plant. It's doing fucking fine. Meanwhile, my pothos plant isn't doing well. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. My feelings are hurt, and their feelings are hurt. Literally, they're like, we're hurt. Can you figure out what's wrong with us? Which I hope I can. I hope I can. I'm trying. I really am. There's just so many of them, and I fucked up. Take your time. As beautiful as plants are, take your time. Make sure that you keep the tag of what the name is, because when you buy it, you're like, oh my God, beautiful name. I'm gonna remember that forever. You remember it for 2 weeks, and then you get another plant, and you get another plant, and you get another, and like the cycle happens, and then you look back at that plant, and you're like, what the fuck was that called again? That's another tip. I'm just bad with names also, but plants names, difficult. And then you start combining like 2 different names for one plant, and you're like, that's not right. I know that that's not right. I don't want to get too serious here, but name someone who's changed as much as me outwardly. If you know them, connect us, because I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. Okay, I wanna talk about this, but I don't want anyone to think that I am insulting or like not respecting the other perspective. I don't know anyone's life. I only know mine. And so when I think about others' lives, this is the stuff that I can think about because it's from my perspective, and I want to be able to relate. Basically, I've been talking to a lot of people about change. I think there are a few people who I've either just interacted with, met, seen, look the same. They look exactly the same as like when I first met them or first saw them. And I wish that sometimes I could just be another person's brain for a hot second, just to be like, why am I different? And I don't even mean that in a, like, oh my God, I'm so different. I just mean it like, literally, why am I different? Literally, why do I find the need to just constantly try shit out? Is it just a personality thing? Like, I'm just like, I want to do this, now I want to do this, now I want to do this, and nothing's gonna stop me, hold me back, make me feel differently about it. Once I want it, and I will get it. And I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what made me this way. The first time I got highlights, I was pretty young. I was in 8th grade, I think. And I felt like, how cool is it? You know what? This might actually be where this stemmed from, because I got highlights like my last week of 8th grade, right before I was about to graduate. That was also the first time that I ever got my hair done. And I felt stunning, iconic, they gave me a blowout. And before then, I had curly hair that I did not understand was curly hair and just thought I had frizz. Just thought it was a pure frizz mane because I would brush it, not put zero product in it, and it would just like, whew. It was always sad and bad. Bad and sad, sad and bad. And the first time I got highlights, they blew my hair out, and I had so many highlights that I had like a brand new hair color. I was a blonde all of a sudden. And I remember going to school, and it was that movie moment where everyone was like, is that Ava? Like in slow motion. Sorry, it's in my brain, but you're not in here with me. Is that Ava Gordy? And then people are like, couldn't be. Like, must be a new girl. You know how like the new girl trope was always a thing? Well, I just thought maybe if I change my appearance enough, I'll be the new girl. And it worked, bitch. And I think like I got attached to this adrenaline of like, whoa, changing your appearance is not only fun and exciting for you, but like the attention was just a new thing that I had never experienced up until then. Unless it was negative, like truly got bullied. And then when I thought I was like pretty, I was like, oh my God, am I pretty now? I started like wearing Abercrombie and Fitch in 8th grade. Actually, I really couldn't afford Abercrombie and Fitch, so I was wearing like American Eagle. But still, I was like mid-tier popular. I went from like being a total loser to like being friends with at least the choir kids, which was a bump up for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm being a little self-aware right now. This is totally therapy, but I like the attention. But I also love the feeling. God, getting a haircut is just fantastic. You go in feeling like, yikes, this has been enough of this. I'm done with it. And then you leave feeling like, who even am I? Is that just me dyeing my hair too? It's always like, I'm bored. I've looked like this for weeks now. And I literally get so bored that I'm like, fuck it. Let me dye my hair black, baby. And then I do, and I'm like, guess what else I can change? My eyebrow color now. So I buy like a fucking black eyebrow pencil and black eyebrow gel, and I feel like a different person. But why do I crave that? What is that in me? Is it the attention, or is it the feeling I get of feeling brand new, you know? It's a combination of both. Honestly speaking, if you feel like, if you looked at a photo of yourself from 5 years ago, you would probably look almost identical to that. If that's you, explain to me like what that feels like. I don't know why, but it really interests me where this comes from. And I think what's really fun is that I have no concept of what I'm gonna be like 5 years from now, even 2 years from now, even a year from now. Because I feel like a year ago, I looked different. My Dear Future Me video is coming up rapidly, and that's pretty crazy because I always do a 2-year check-in on this channel. So if you're interested on some stuff that I'm going to be talking about very shortly, you can watch my old one now and get prepped. I can't watch my old one. It's funny because I just watched a lot of my old videos. I mean, this is where this conversation's coming from, because I was watching my old videos thinking like, what the fuck? There's a video, like, I respect myself for taking risks, but sis looked bad sometimes. And I just thank you all if you were never a person to comment about it. I mean, listen, in fucking 5 years, I might think I looked like shit in this video, and that's what's hilarious. So, roast me, Fucheva. But I also look at it and I'm like, you know what? I was just trying something, and I can't knock me for that, you know? I was wearing this fucking floral sheer dress with purple lace tights, black long socks over it, gray boots, a blue blazer jacket that was like cropped. And that was not even the worst part, because I was also wearing a black lace fingerless glove that I bought from a Halloween store. And I was wearing a top knot that was off to the side with a scrunchie in a video on this fucking channel. It's so extra. It is the most that one could do, really. I had like 2 necklaces on too. I probably had rings that were like far too many. I was just so extra. And I watched it and I was like, you know what? I have always just been confident in whatever I've worn. At the time, I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing I could have ever put on today. And I can't knock myself for that. Anyways, I've changed. I've changed, baby. But you know what? I haven't really changed my personality. My accent's changed, but I still am the same. Can you tell I'm high? I'm the same, but I'm different. You guys, I don't know. Growing up is just wild. I always think I know it all. I think I'm a Capricorn, and I'm starting to put more weight into that because I think it's valid. I always just think that my current iteration is the smartest version of myself, which I guess is also true because you learn and you grow, but I also just think like, future me isn't gonna remember this. I don't know. I guess I've never thought I knew more when I was 18 than I do now, or I was more secure, or I've gone back and forth since turning probably 25. I think turning 25 felt like a turning point for me. I think I questioned everything and went through like the darkest period of my life when I was 25. Definitely would say I had a quarter life crisis, if that is a thing, where I just questioned what I did for a living, how I wanted to be perceived, how desperate I was to be perceived at all in any regard, and let a lot go. I let a lot go. I was just so concerned, and then at 25 went through it to get unconcerned. And 26 has so far been the first year that I've felt fulfilled. I really feel like I've never felt fulfilled. And who knows, like maybe I'll turn 32 and be like, you thought you were fulfilled, bitch? But this is what it feels like now. And that's pretty rad. 25 was a terrible year for me. Trying to think on my best years, I think I had a really good 22. I think I had a pretty solid 22, 23. That was cool. And then I think before that, I didn't have like a real good year since I was like 16 or 17. Good years. Good solid years. And then before that, I don't remember. I couldn't value my years when I was younger than that. I didn't understand what that was. But man, growing up, a series of highs and lows. Okay, I have to stop thinking that you won't care. I actually have become more closed off since being 26. Maybe it was that 25th year that did me in. But I used to be really open. I used to like love fucking talking about my problems and shit with literally anyone who would listen to me. And now I find it very difficult to speak. I think I have a irrational fear that no one's gonna care, or that I'm like dominating conversation, talking too much, that I'm weird, or they won't be able to relate and I'll feel like uncomfortable about it because I just want to have common interests with people, and I'm like so scared that, I don't know, that people won't like me. And it's so strange because while I don't feel that about my outward appearance in anything, I feel that way about my personality, which is sadder. Anyways, in my 25th year, I think what happened was I lost my job at Clever. And I mean, obviously losing your job is one thing, but I think I also lost my sense of self entirely. Like, I lost my job and literally went crazy. And it's funny because I can look back on it now and think that, but when I was in the moment, I was just like, life is so fucking hard. But I really just lost it. I did not know what I wanted to do with my life anymore. I was steadily losing followers and cared that I was losing followers. And I needed to just reevaluate what that meant to me. Like, do I need to be in this world anymore? Do I need to get another job like Clever to feel successful and to feel fulfilled? I was dancing at the same time as I was working at Clever, but dance was my hobby. Dance was fun, but realizing I needed dance changed everything. I don't regret a single thing because there's no way that I could have, found this fulfillment if I had just continued dance forever, even when I was unhappy with it. Because at a certain point, if you're unhappy, you have to make the change, and the change will bring you to a series of events that only help you grow. And if you find your way back to it, great. And if you don't, also great. It was meant to be that way. Because leaving dance, pursuing YouTube, best thing I could have done. Only thing I could have done. It was the only thing I could have done because I wanted to do it. And I really just do what I want. I think that's my biggest advice. Like, I know I don't know it all, but if you're younger, just do what you want. Just do what you want. There is freedom to do what you want. Of course, I have privilege in a lot of ways to be able to do what I want. So within your means, do what you want. We all have hard times where it feels like everything is just happening to you and it's not happening for you. And it's so hard to just step out of your head and see that it's happening for you. But I got trapped in my head. I was trapped in there, man. It's so hard to get out. It feels just like you're punching a wall, a full solid object. Oh, I mean, you saw the videos. That's what's crazy, is that I fucking make videos. You can see when I lost my mind and when I've discovered dance. That's why I watch my videos. I made them for me. I really make videos for me and for the people who can relate to me. And I think I've obviously gone through dips where I don't feel like myself and I'm trying to figure it out, but then when I find it, it always feels authentic. I never feel fake. And I found that to be just important to me, to just constantly test my shit out. Like, am I still feeling like myself? No. well, let's figure it out. How can I make myself feel more like myself? Because sometimes, you know, you get into a routine, you get into a strange habit where you, maybe it's that you're just wearing clothes that you don't actually feel like good in. You just put them on because you know you have to wear clothes. Anytime I'm in that state, I know that I'm not myself in that moment in time, and that's okay. It just allows me to explore, like, oh, so what's the next iteration? Like, how do I get out of it? Exploring my sense of fashion, sense of identity, like, you know, the makeup thing, the hair, all of that is my way of reconnecting with myself, because I get lost sometimes. I think some people meditate, some people go vegan, and I just change my hair and buy new clothes. Oh shit. I think I just need to buy more clothes. I think that's the second. It's absolutely not, but I really, when I'm not feeling myself, I don't go shopping for like I'll notice that I haven't bought new clothes in months, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm sad because I haven't bought new clothes. But really, like, you have to evolve. And I feel like, you know, I'm a very reasonable shopper. I go to the Goodwill bins over here and I'm, you know, digging for pieces that aren't absolutely stained, wet, gross. And, you know, I just buy new shit that's cheap and it makes me feel like, oh, this is new, this is cool, this is fun. Fucking shopping's important, bruh. Experiment. Wear stuff that you never worn before. I think it's important. I want to shout out some YouTubers that I like right now that I believe in. One, Luna Montana. I don't know what is with me watching high schoolers who dance, but I'm subscribed to multiple. I think it's like a nostalgia thing. Actually, it's definitely a nostalgia thing. And also, I just find like it's really dope when you find a ballerina who like you kind of feel like was you. I guess I just really like people on YouTube that remind me of me. YouTubers who I'm like, lol, that's something I would say, or I've thought that a million times, stuff like that. I think that's always been my connection to YouTube and YouTubers. Sometimes I like those videos that are just like pure entertainment, but the people who I really connect with are like, we're the same. And Luna Montana feels like that. She's just a chill ass ballerina bitch. I can't call her a bitch, she is young. I also really love Gen X Pen. Jen's just really cool. Also kind of reminds me of myself. I find her just chill and hilarious, and she's doing good content that you should check out. Patricia Bright has been one of the all-time faves for quite a while, honestly. I watch a lot of beauty gurus. Jackie Aina. Don't even get me started. Yeah, Jackie Aina and Patricia Bright are really just doing it for me right now. They're like the only ones who I will watch every upload of, even if I'm like not interested in the subject matter at all. Like frequently they will do full on makeup tutorials that I am not planning on ever doing, but I just want to hear them talk. So that's that. And then last but not least is Bon Appetit. I know they don't need any promotion because it's a huge fucking channel on YouTube. But I think that I look at it objectively as someone who's worked in spaces like that, like YouTube channels who have been a company, and Bon Appetit is killing the game. Far above BuzzFeed, far above other people. Just far above those other channels. Like, I don't mean to talk shit. Truly, I don't. But look at Bon Appetit's business model and tell me they're not killing it. Whatever they're doing in those like morning meetings that I assume they have every day, they're doing it right. They value their audience so much. They literally give their audience exactly what they ask for almost all the time. Their editing style is fucking fantastic. It is not so professional that it comes across as stale and dry and boring. it like gives you an insight into like the friendships there, the people there. Like I feel like I know them. And there's so many of those channels that do very similar things who are they're just cutting together a neat little present, and they're packaging it and putting a nice bow, and it looks great, but I can't see anything that's underneath. And Bon Appetit is like, here's your present right here. Exactly what you wanted. You don't have to bother with any of this unwrapping. Just here it is. And that's fire emoji. So I did not need to promote them in such a fucking insane way. I just find, that's another thing that I'm passionate about. Fucking YouTube. How to do it and how to do it right. One day I shall explore that. That was the narrator of my movie, just from off in the distance, telling me that I'm gonna, yeah, you get it.